Hey guys, came for 15, back out with another video for you guys, joined by my Uncle Daryl, and we are back to talk Chicago Bears football, week 2 of the preseason. Obviously this was a big week because Caleb Williams, he finally, I guess you could say, make his Bears debut. Um, and look, he showed out today. He was really good. I liked
He
everything that I
looked
saw.
really,
You know,
he looked really good. I mean, the play action that they utilized in the first quarter, I mean, it pretty much had Buffalo on skates.
yeah.
And his first throw, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, was that third down, I think third and 12.
Well, that
And
was
he
his
could,
first completion. The first throw was like a rollout, but it was incomplete. But yeah, I
yeah,
like that third down play.
that third down pass was pretty good. And then he went on to complete a couple of more after that. Had a nice little run in which he did slide. So that was, comforting to see. But all in all, man, that first quarter, man,
Yeah,
the
look,
Bears have really got something to build on with this cat.
yeah, uh, on the third and 12, he like literally changed protections from the line of scrimmage and just delivered a
Yeah,
dart.
yeah. And between a couple of Bills defenders, too, that
Yeah.
I thought was actually pretty good. And, he was not scared to make that throw. And he put it in a spot, just like really good quarterbacks always do. They put it in a spot where only the receiver can go get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say his only like bad throw of the day was that one throw to where he kind of forced it to Roma Dunze across
Yeah,
the sideline. Luckily, we got a penalty to keep the drive alive, but that was
that's
almost an
correct.
interception right there. And then maybe you could say a little bit of that last pass he made on that third down. I mean, it was like a little bit of a slight overthrow. Who knows? Whatever that happened, but look, you see what he did in today's game. You just like, all right, that's good. You like what he showed you. He didn't
Yep.
take any sacks.
Nope.
You know,
Although that very first pass, the one I think you were talking
yeah,
about,
mhm.
the protection did break down a little bit with the offensive line. The offensive line I thought did very well, especially with the running game.
Yep.
But Khalil Herbert looked really good. DeAndre Swift was really good with that. I think he only had one run,
He only had
and
one run, and then he was done for the day.
he was done for the
He
day.
would
I
have been.
think
He
the run
honestly
was
would have had a
6 yards.
touchdown. He would
Yeah,
have had a touchdown if he didn't trip up.
yeah. So, but all in all, everything from what I saw from the Bears offense, I mean, the offensive line was really good. Caleb Williams was well. There was a couple of drop passes, but I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't really see any with the starters that really. Oh no, Komet.
Komet and DJ Moore dropped passes.
Yeah,
Boy.
Komet.
And
Komet specifically.
that was he should have caught that.
Yeah, Komet should have caught that. I thought he was, I think he was running before I think he was thinking touchdown before he
Yeah, he
got
was
the
he was
football.
thinking about trying to make a play and dodge the
Yeah,
defender.
yeah.
So
So, but all in all, I mean, I just as far as the offense goes,
it looks
I
good.
just really just don't have anything negative to say from what I saw.
Yeah,
I really don't. Now, defensively, you know,
it's all right.
yeah, they were okay. They were okay. You know, gave up 6 points as a whole through 3 quarters. I mean,
That's good though. They blew these dudes
yeah, I
out.
mean that's well, I will say what was really
Good.
for me about the defense is they stopped the run. They just
Yeah,
stuffed it all night.
yeah.
They stuffed it all night. From I think James Cook had that one really good run, his
Mhm.
first run of the day. But after that, I mean, and I think I texted you, I saw Dominique Robinson in the background, at least
Yeah,
in the backfield, at least 2 or 3 times. The Bills' first couple of drives.
yeah.
So I mean, the
He definitely
defensive,
needs it. He definitely needs it.
yeah, because just like you told me in the text, they need someone opposite Sweat that can not only stuff the run but get to the quarterback. So that's going to be the challenge for this defense.
Yeah. Offensive. Before we switch over to defense, Offensively, starting offense was fine. Some starters weren't in there. In terms of the line stuff, I know Nate Davis isn't in there, and he's been a testy subject as of late. I don't know what the heck's going on, but it is what it is.
After what I saw today, I would just hope that Nate Davis just takes his time to return to the team.
Yeah.
Take the time. Whatever's going on with you, just heal slowly and come back,
Yeah.
soon. But,
Yeah. It's crazy. And then it's a little off on a tangent. It's funny how I'm seeing like Bear fans and Bears reporters always already criticizing the play calling in this preseason game because the first drive they're like, "Why we run it 3 times and we obviously got stuff. It's very predictable play call." I'm like, it's preseason, and then they even
it's preseason. Everything is vanilla.
It's funny because then I saw somebody talking about like they should have went on for it on 4th and 3, like at least get Caleb an opportunity. I'm like, you guys treating this like it's a regular season game, like it matters. Chill. And you wonder why you're always so negative.
Really, the Chicago beat reporters, I just, man, they sometimes I just think that they just.
It wasn't just reporters. It was even fans. Even fans were like, why the heck are we running it 3 straight times? Like, I would have liked to see us go for it on 4th down. You ain't trying to get your play hurt now.
Who gives first of all, who gives the crap when you win or lose in preseason?
It's strictly for evaluation purposes.
Absolutely. I can care less.
I think they were more concerned. They wanted to see a touchdown instead of seeing freaking 2 field goals.
A couple field goals the first couple drives. Whether they score, whether they didn't, for me, I would just much rather look to see, who was effective on the first drive. The old evaluation thing. I'm not interested in, if we get a touchdown, great, wonderful, but, how did we get said touchdown? Was it, was it the defense who slipped? Or was it, us who excelled? Those little things go into where we see, the Bears progressing the way we need to. I care less about a win or a loss.
Yeah. Other things. Tyson Bagent, I thought he didn't do really well today. And I can't really say about Ripien because Ripien, he didn't do much of anything today. All I'm going to say is we'll see. I guess it's a quarterback battle too because Bagent didn't look impressive to me in this game. And even though Ripien didn't look really much as impressive either because he only had like 2 series and he was done for the day. And I think they went with I think his name was the 4th string Hall or whatever because he didn't get a chance to play the Hall of Fame game because of the rain. Yeah, I'm still kind of like, okay, Ripien showed me a lot in that Hall of Fame game. So honestly, right now, and with the way that Bagent had extended, drives this game, he didn't really look too that impressive. Honestly, Ripien looks like he potentially could make a case to be the backup for this upcoming season.
Yeah, what I saw was a poor output by the offensive line when Bagent was in. He got no time to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now granted, his first play it looked like he checked down immediately to it looked like it might have been a Bear. Could have been his first pass. He just looked like he checked down immediately. And I'm like, dude, man, you didn't even let the play develop. But the plays after that, it looks as if he was actually attempting to look downfield, but offensive line couldn't hold the line long enough for him to breathe.
Yeah.
So they did do a couple of play actions and it looks like they did adjust from what Caleb was doing in the first quarter. So they did put Bagent on the run a couple times, but I would probably say if the offensive line held their blocks a little bit longer, we might have been able to see a little bit better from Tyson Bagent. So, and Ripien, it was the same.
Yeah.
Offensive line for me.
Passes.
Say again?
All had some nice passes.
Yeah. I mean, do we honestly think Hall is going to crack?
He probably practiced squad players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you there too. I mean, the second QB is going to come down to, from me, the second QB is going to come down to whether Tyson Bagent can separate himself, from Brett Rippon, which I think, he's the number 2 guy. But I mean, Rippon has shown that he's a pure passer, and Bagent, unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen the offensive line play a little bit better, just so I can, get a really good opinion on Bagent. But, we'll see. I'm curious to see where it goes the next preseason game.
Yeah. Running game was good again. We saw Velus Jones at the running back position.
Go ahead, say it. You want to say it. You want to say it. He ran for a touchdown. Off the next play, and he go ahead and fumbles the kick. Like, go ahead.
Velus had the Velus Jones experience. They try him out at running back because, one, there's legitimately nothing else he can play. He can't play receiver. He can't be a returner because I don't know what's up in his head.
I don't know after seeing, Tyler Scott.
Yeah, the Tyler Scott fumble. Not good to back-to-back weeks of preseason.
Yeah, I gotta admit. So I mean, that the wide receiver room for the Chicago Bears is looking pretty top heavy. And so far we haven't had
I didn't see or hear a Colin Johnson sighting at all. So I don't know if they didn't target him. I don't know if he played.
Neither did I.
Maybe they just kept him strictly special teams.
Maybe Hard Knocks will explain that.
Yeah, maybe. Which we thought was good. Maybe we'll have to do a video about the first episode of Hard Knocks, or maybe the first 2.
Maybe so. Or maybe they were just like, okay, we got a good view of Colin Johnson. Let's see where Velus and Scott is. So
you can't really say Velus at wide receiver, but they got giving him running back reps now.
Well, I gotta admit now, I mean, you got 2 really good backs for sure. That third back is the one that I'm pretty sure that they're going to have to be scratching their head about. So, I mean, and the Bears normally keep 3.
Yeah,
3. They normally keep 3. And Velus he did run for a touchdown. He also ran for a first down too.
Yeah.
So they could be considered as that third back.
Yeah, he had his experience today. He had a few good runs, the touchdown run. Those are the positives. And then you look at some of the negative stuff. He had received a handoff and immediately trips in the backfield. And then for some odd reason, the Bears keep having this guy trying to return kickoff returns. And despite the commentators saying there's win, regardless, the ball touches hand. Catch the ball and take it up for a return. Yeah. Do something. Stop doing it. This is my thing. I personally would not. If I was GM, if I was Poles, I would have cut him a long time ago. But I know why Ryan Poles and the Bears staff are keeping him around. That was one of Ryan Poles' first draft picks, and he's being a little bit stubborn with him right now. And he wants to give this guy as much opportunity to prove himself. That is, even though we know he drafted Roma Dunze to basically say, okay, I effed up for drafting Velus Jones Jr. in the third round.
Especially when you allow a wide receiver like George Pickens to get away from you. So, I get it. I understand it. But, now granted, you call it the Velus Jones experience. Granted, with good reason, that's it's warranted. But the guy did run for a touchdown today. He did run for a touchdown. So it's got to account for something. Now, granted, the muffed kickoff is going to count for something as well too. They'll just pile that in with the other things that go into the Velus Jones experience. But we've seen some good things from Velus Jones too. So let's wait until the preseason is over, and maybe the next game he can pile on to what he did this game.
Yep. Closing off defensively, we talked about Dominic Robinson. He showed up early in that first quarter. Austin Booker, I think right now they said he's averaging 2.5 sacks right now. He's showing out. I saw that he was getting some pressures too, so that's
Yeah.
another good thing. I think Khalid Kareem, he got a few pressures late in that
Hmm.
game.
Hmm.
You'll take it. You'll take it. We did have a pick six, so that's good.
Yeah.
I know it was just basically the third stringers, but you just hope this defense, in order to also be as really good as obviously it's heralded as good, because
Yeah.
this is just the fan in me. I love the fact that the media is saying, well, the Bears got a really good defense and everything, top 10 the last few weeks of the season. I'm like, okay, that's great, but that was last season. What are we going to turn
Correct.
around this season? Because we remember from 2018, they were a really dang good defense that season, and they turned around 2019 and they were kind of a shell of themselves,
Correct.
you know. And
Or
then the
even
number
better
one,
yet, the league just adjusts to what defenses do from year to year. So
yep,
whatever you were doing last year that are successful, it's really difficult to do the same things year to year to year and be successful. So you pretty much have to change as others change around you. So we'll see if Eberflus's, his cover two, cover three defense is going to sustain,
yeah.
you know,
And
but
obviously, the number one thing is they got to force turnovers. So if the
yeah, they
defense
got
is
to
not gonna
force turnovers. They got to get to the quarterback. So, I mean, I still say that, and we said it earlier, Dominic Robinson, if he's going to be opposite Montez Sweat, he's going to have to get to that quarterback. I think that's the only way he's going to be weighed. So, but the couple of times I did see him, he was on the left end.
Mhm.
And isn't Montez Sweat the left?
I think sometimes they can switch it up. Sometimes they
Yeah.
don't switch it up.
Yeah. Well, I hope he does. So we're like, again, we're two preseason games in,
Yeah.
and defense has looked really good, especially when it comes to stopping the run. So
And I was glad that they actually got some stops against Josh Allen too.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only thing Josh Allen did that I think was positive was that first down, that third down, that run that he had in the first.
Which personally, I thought like Tremaine Edmonds could have been there and made that play to get him
Correct.
down, but he was so worried about like the tight end across the middle of the field. But there was a linebacker right there. I'm like, dude, go get him. Which is kind of my issue with the Eberflus defense. It's like they coach these defensive players up to stay in their zones, and whatever is happening on the field, don't react to it. Just stay in your zone. Just let the play out, which leads to a bunch of guys wide open or quarterbacks running the ball up. I understand it's basic defense that they're playing, but I that zone defense he plays, he just has players playing. It doesn't feel like it works, and it's making me think like, are you just telling your players stay in your zone and just stay there like glue on the turf? Or are you actually telling your players, hey, come down and make a hit? If the ball's right there and the player's right there looking to make the play on the ball, tell your defensive player, come down, go make a hit, or go make a play on the ball and pick it off. Like
and sometimes I just think it depends on whether they're in cover two, cover three.
Yeah.
But I think, and what got me was Mitch Trubisky. Granted he made some bad throws.
Yeah.
But the first two or three throws he made was really good.
Yeah.
So just they are really going to have to be able to make sure they got to get to the quarterback. It's just that simple. I saw a couple of blitz packages in which they left guys wide open right over the middle. And if you got Trubisky picking your defense apart, granted it's vanilla, but it's still Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
So, but again, preseason, let them work the kinks out. Defense did really well when the starters were in the second quarter. The second stringers did really well. Again, the whole thing was, stop the run, run the ball, stop the run. Quarterback don't make any mistakes. And for the first, 3 quarters, Bears really did that.
Yeah. No turning or no penalties. Much of little to no penalties. You'll take that. Those had a lot of penalties, man.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looked a little bit. I don't
Buffalo
understand
had.
Bills' first preseason game, but they look a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, I got him. Buffalo looked real undisciplined,
Because
really undisciplined.
yeah,
Because
they had a lot of false starts.
yeah, they had a false start on a freaking punt.
Oh yeah, speaking of, Torrey Taylor gave a good deep punt and pinned them deep. Finally have a
Well,
Bears punter that can
you
take
know,
pin. But
they call him the punt god for a reason.
I mean, that's a Ariza.
That
Also,
doesn't
fun
matter.
fact.
That's what he was called in at Iowa.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
The punt god. Yeah.
Fun
I
fact, if you're
mean,
into WWE, I didn't know Gable Stevenson is on the freaking Buffalo Bills now.
really?
Yeah, they had a whole segment because on the if you're watching the game, it's on NFL Network. If you're like out of market Chicago, if you're in Chicago, you're probably watching the Bears feed of things. But on NFL Network, they were showing the Bills feed of things because they're the home team, right? And they said that Gable Stevenson is on the Bills roster.
As a what?
I think as a defensive lineman.
Really? Okay.
Damn, because WWE cut him because he wasn't anything special.
Mm.
So the Olympian, I don't know if he'll make the team. He'll probably be on a practice squad, but
Probably not. The Bills
that's
also got I think kind of hyped up as he walked on and they're giving him a shot.
they kept speaking about that one kid from University of Buffalo, that Andrese or whatever too.
Yeah, that's him. He walked on,
Mhm.
And made the team.
Yeah. So
Oh well, he's
trying to make the team.
he's trying to make the team. It is preseason, for goodness
Yeah.
sake. But I didn't see anything special. But at the same time, though, there was one tackle he made that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do like obviously overall NFL stuff, but just looking at the Bills again, their starters only played a quarter, so we don't really know how good they could have played if they played longer.
No.
But it did look a little bit discombobulated, and in my opinion, I
Yeah.
think Sean McDermott's on the hot seat. Really, he's got this year to prove. Like, all right, can you like take us something? At least get us to the AFC Championship game. Really, they need to get to the Super Bowl personally, but
Gotta admit, man, they clean house on the wide receiver room. It's looking like they really like James Cook. So
yeah, their offensive line wasn't impressive today.
it sure wasn't. It sure wasn't. Now I don't know if it was their offensive line or just our defensive line. There was another defender. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm gonna just give you his number 78. He has an African name. I'm not gonna sit up. I'm not doing it. It's a pet peeve to mess up someone's name. He was very good, well on the interior.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bears defensively, I think they hit a lot of their switches, with the exception of playing a vanilla defense, and Trubisky took advantage of it, in certain areas. But all in all, it's a great performance, and we got a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks.
Yep. You would probably think Caleb maybe plays honestly maybe a whole half next week. Probably.
Maybe.
We'll
see. Who are they playing?
Actually, I don't know who they're playing.
All right. Well, if they're at home, I can see him.
They're going to be home for the next 2 preseason games.
Okay. Well, I can see him getting a little bit more than a quarter.
Yeah.
The first home game.
Yeah. And I'm not going to buy into this whole Caleb Williams, Justin Fields preseason debate that's been going on. You already got people saying Justin Fields didn't have a good preseason game. I don't care. I'm done with the Justin Fields talk.
Why? He's not even on our team. Why?
When Justin Fields played yesterday on Friday, you always had your Bear fans, especially the ones that didn't like Justin Fields, already watching him with eagle eyes. Hell, he hasn't changed one bit. I personally have moved on. I got in the whole freaking argument with a beat reporter like 2 weeks ago, talking about like why do the media keep bringing up Justin Fields' name and comparing it to Caleb Williams during training camp? Let's move on.
I bet you they stopped now after watching how he performed this first quarter. I bet you they stopped now. I mean,
probably not. Probably not. I actually saw some people saying, some Bear fans saying, like, I can't believe there were Bear fans that were actually saying keep Justin Fields over Caleb Williams. You must.
Well, I mean, now what are they saying now after they finally got to see the guy play?
From that's what I just said. That's what I just said. That's what they're saying now.
After they just, after this guy just had this performance.
Yeah, that's why they're
still hanging up on a guy that's in Pittsburgh.
That's what they said. They looked at the performance. They're like, people still thought, man, some of these Bear fans thought that this is the reason why they should have kept Justin Fields. Look at what we got now. That's why we got rid of him. Trying to take shots at people who like
the dude is in Pittsburgh. Move on.
That's what I'm saying.
He's in Pittsburgh. Move on. What are you gonna do? Click your heels 3 times and he's gonna be back in Chicago?
I'm telling you, I think these people deep down secretly miss Justin Fields.
After what I saw, I'm glad we got Caleb for the next 4 years signed.
Yeah. I'm wearing the jersey. I still have Justin Fields jersey in my closet, but am I wearing that jersey? I'm wearing Caleb Williams jersey right now.
Man, I'm ecstatic. I'm glad we got Caleb because I gotta admit, after that first completion, I was done. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, after that second try, I was like, all right, sit down. You're good.
And he also had a rollout. I think he had a rollout to a Dunze, and I think a Dunze dropped it. But it was still, I mean, it was just one of them instinctive plays that really great players make.
Mm-hmm.
Play action, faking the defense out of their shorts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the one rollout, dude freaking lost his footing right then and there. But you know, again, I don't want to do comparisons to Justin Fields, but when we would see that naked play, the defender would already be on Justin Fields' tail right then and there because he's like, well, he's probably going to run.
Correct.
But because Caleb Williams,
you don't expect Caleb to run because he can throw the football.
Yeah, he can throw the football. He's more, and he's even said in interviews, I'd rather like to throw the ball more than run the ball.
Correct, because he can do that. You know,
like I like that rollout pass to Cole Kmet, basically down the field. That was a nice pass.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was he put up he threw a couple of dimes.
Yeah,
but are we shocked he did that? No. If would we have been shocked that Justin Fields would have done it? Yep,
probably.
Yep. So anyway. There is no point in going on and on about a player who is no longer on our team.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. We want to watch the Team USA France game right now. They're up 11. No, they're up 12 now.
They're up 12. I got 9.
Yeah, I guess I'm ahead of you right now.
But you know what? USA, I mean, they're gonna beat these boys. France don't have any guards, and Steve Kerr is doing really well to rotate his guards in and out so they can keep pressure on the basketball. You know, I would think that France should. I mean, the United States should beat these guys by 20. They should.
Game just went to a timeout. Wemby just hit a 3. So.
What? That's the only ones that can score.
Yabusele, though.
Yabusele. Yeah, Yabusele. Man, he dunked on LeBron, Jack.
How's that guy not?
And then did LeBron's.
How's this guy not in the NBA yet? He been good this Olympics.
I thought what did they say something about Boston is interested in him or something?
If I ever seen this Olympic,
when I watch,
I would be interested.
After this Olympic, I would be too. Now, granted, he's small for a power forward.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He's definitely strong. He can put the ball on the floor, and yes, he can defend. So yes, I think somebody will give him a shot.
Yeah. So,
But I could have swore someone said, "Well, my telecast here is in Deutsch," so I try to make out as much as I possibly can. I mean, I'm not fluent, but I can understand a few terms, words, and phrases. But they referred to the Boston Celtics when talking about Yabusele.
yeah.
And the guards aren't doing anything. Nicolina's not doing anything, and he played well against Serbia. Cordinier played well. He played really well. I think he had like 17 the first half against Serbia. I mean, Germany, and all of these guys, they played well against Germany, but the United States, man, they pressuring these guys up front. So DeColo is doing nothing for France. So I mean, in the end, man, the guards can't score, and I think that's what the
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gone.
Oh, what I did.
You back? I think my uncle's gone. I think his feet cut off. Huh. Interesting. Is he there? I don't know what happened. You got the point there. Yeah, Bears win, and everything. So we're gonna get out of here. My uncle's having tech issues, but we're basically done talking anyways. We're just kind of blabbering on about USA basketball and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, France just hit another three. They're coming back into our lead now. Uh-oh. Things getting interesting now. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. We'll talk to you guys next week for the Bears. We'll see if we can maybe schedule something for Bears, maybe Hard Knocks recaps, and talk about what's been going on in Hard Knocks. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, we'll get out of here. Till then, guys, peace.